My name is Hal Heaton. My background is following my MBA. I went to work for a company called the Boston Consulting Group, where I did strategy planning. I did it out of the Palo Alto office in Northern California. Worked for clients in several different industries, including Pacific Rim companies from Asia. Following that, I went to Stanford to get a PhD in finance. I then taught at the Harvard Business School. MBA 624 Capital Markets covers a large variety of topics, primarily because the BYU MBA program is a smaller program than most MBA programs. Most will have a few hundred students in it. We graduate about 160 a year. As a result, we cannot offer the 30 or 40 finance electives in our program that other programs can. The class that I taught at Harvard was sort of the base course for a whole lot of the electives, where I would introduce a number of topics, and then based on my class, the students would take a specialized course. So it covers a large number of topics. It's actually geared for those who are going to wind up in the treasurer's office as one of their rotations when they go to work for a company. We start off with short-term debt instruments, money market instruments, how they work. There's a lot of mechanics, a lot of math involved with those mechanics and definitions that we cover. We then move into longer-term instruments. We talked about debt instruments and some of the typical endowed options in those and what impact that will have on the required return on those, what companies use them, what companies buy them, and what drives those transactions. We move to longer-term debt instruments and talk about the risks associated with those and the different set of companies. We spend 2 days on asset securitization, frequently used for financing by a large number of corporations. We spend a couple of days on banking. We spend a couple of days on fixed income instruments and their analysis. We spend a couple of days on convertible debt, on convertible preferred, on IPO offerings and equity instruments. We also spend several days on embedded derivatives in these instruments and why they're there, how they affect the buyers, how they affect the sellers, and who uses them and why they use them. We then deal some with what are called derivative overlays. A lot of times when companies go for financing, they will associate those with derivative placements in order to deal with the particular risks with the instruments or with their markets, for example. So we cover a large number of topics. Again, the key characteristic of my class that most students find different is the intense case method. I do the same thing I did at the Harvard Business School. I give you a set of questions. You prepare those questions on a case. A case is a 10 to 30-page document describing a company, a situation they're faced with, the economic situation at the time, the competitive framework, a large number of economic variables. Based on those, you answer the preparation questions, you come to class. I will walk up to a student, ask them a question, and their answer is irrelevant. I don't care what their answer is. I'm going to argue with them, and they have to defend their position. So I'll say, well, why did you choose this instrument? Well, why is that better than this instrument? You use this equation to say whether or not it was fairly priced. Are you sure that equation works here? Where did you get that number? That's not in the case. So the key skill that we're building here is your ability to defend your position, your ability to understand what's going on well enough that when you get pushed on your recommendation that you're able to defend that position. And that's the key skill that we work on. And you are graded on that by my giving you class participation grades. I also give a number of quizzes during the semester, and of course a final exam as well.